line of lost and find. Ended the game in overtime, drawing of a new design, drilling that one earth of mine. Looking to the outward, speaking mind about words absurd, blurred to the curb, walking along the verb.
Smash, smash, smash! Yeah.
Hey everybody, what is happening? h2h back with some Madden 17 Ultimate Team gameplays. As you can see here, this was from the Blitz promo Friday night. I got 2 games in. I wasn't even really paying attention. This thing was over after Friday night, so I only played 2 games and then tried to get caught up on like some Walking Dead and fell asleep. So there are ways as far as that goes. But we get some gameplay out here with the Houston Texans offense. I am still running the Ravens defense, even though I'm just barely building some scheme stuff from that. But I figure if games aren't even always competitive and stuff like that, I still want to get the gameplay out there. Seeing us doing the manual blitz off the mid blitz, you really got to get that worked in to have a really effective mid blitz. But like I say, the way I see this in there is, I'm going to lose games on occasion, right? But lately, for whatever it is, I've been just kicking the crap out of people. So not everything has been competitive. But, I figure there's still some things to look at, especially if you're trying to run the offenses that I'm putting out so that you can at least see the base plays that I'm running and having success with and what, how it should look and whatnot. But this guy comes out with a nice drive here on the first, the first game here of the night. No biggie. I don't really worry too much about that. So if they continue to score after that, that's when it's like, oh crap, we're going to have a game on our hands. We're going to come out and light them up right there. And I have one play. Dude, how many times, guys, how many times lately have we started the game off with the one play touchdown, the first on offense? It's just, we're doing well, especially now we got Antonio. I did pick up really, really nice receiver today. Maybe I'll save that for later because I've got a few gameplays left that were from a few days even before this that I haven't got out, and I think a couple of them might even be more competitive, which is good. I haven't been playing any top 100 guys here lately also, so got to keep that in perspective. These guys that if I do end up kicking the crap out of somebody, it's not always that they're top players. So getting a little squirrely with Reggie, we're definitely doing pretty well with that card. A big increase, I would say, in productivity over Jamal Charles. And this play here, real good. As long as you don't get too close. When you get too close, everything gets bunched up, and then you end up always having to do the check down if you run that, so you really don't have a lot of options. But from about the 10 to 12 yard line, and that's going to be out of that single bunch tight, out of the single, tight doubles, single back tight doubles. There we go. I think I got it out right that time. But all that stuff I have on playlist, guys. So if you're newer to the channel, I've got this whole Texans playlist. You can look up. I've got a Cleveland Browns playlist, and then a bunch of mini schemes that'll be in playlists and stuff. So you can always just go to my page and check that out. So if you're for any offensive help stuff or whatever guides you're looking for, at least I'll have that out there for you. At least might help your game, because even if it's not the teams that you're running, check out the formations, because a lot of times the formations will transfer over into the books that you may be running, and you can still pick a few plays out of there. I think there's a handful, that are really universal, that are big plays, like mesh post, like for example, is in a ton of books. And a couple plays like that. The tight doubles and stuff like that. That one's more select, but we do have a lot more stuff there. And right there, I'm just playing too shallow. I see what he's doing though. He's running that motion, one of those like the Y shallows or something like that. It's called. So at that point, I'm like, all right, keep it in mind, because that's really what you want to do when you're on defense. Is when you get beat and it's normally something pretty big like that one. That's where at some point they're gonna attack that. So when you start seeing the motion there and knowing that motion comes in and that guy starts trailing up, I know he's going to break back over the middle in the cover too. So it's just something later in the game to keep in mind. So whenever somebody beats me good on any play, there's that. So right here, we're in a 4-4. Cover 2, I'm going to base a line, pinch my defensive line, crash it, man, take this guy and shoot the gap right there. If you time it up, just like that, if you time it up, because basically the center and the guard are going to split, taking on the D tackles, man, and it opens right up for you, so that I don't get it every time, but that has been one way to do it. And there we go, hitting that. Again, that's just the simple mesh post play, the way we're running that one. We can also run that with the running back, and I got real squirrely. You know, sometimes you kind of lose control with the quarterbacks when you're running around there. But hit Antonio out there over the top. Really nice touch. And, lose a little bit of steam out there, but it probably would have been tackled anyway. Gives us a chance to come back here, get some running going with Reggie. And, okay. Okay, that's on me. So we'll go back. I owe Reggie the touchdown on that one, so we'll throw him back out there because he's gonna win most of those battles out to the flats. And I think the guy had to cover 3 on that, even though he was inside and with purples and stuff too, even though he was in the end zone, So that's that, And Cromartie kind of bouncing off. Not all. Either Cromartie's not always going to be the strongest tackler, but I really, that's what I'm running right now. As Antonio is a 1, DRC 2, and then Willie Brown 3. It just for what I have, it works out. I mean, I'd like to have like a night train out there at 1. I think both Cromarties are really true number 2s for me. The way the game plays, I've always said to people, I feel that most people when they try and throw deep, for the most part, are always hitting the left hand side. They're almost always against your number 2. Just statistically, that's just what happens. It's not like your 1 doesn't get thrown apart, but I mean that's so I can run a guy like that, and then we went back for that middle. We were talking about that, and I was looking for that later. And then in the slot there, any of those guys, I mean higher end guys, I would like to have a Rhodes as the slot even would be really good. A lot of speed, a lot of agility, and there we go. Then there's that up pass lead right there in the cover 2. Not everybody agrees. They think that works, but I've been using that all year. Once you straighten guys out with it, and get a feel for that. But this one right there, that's just one of I should have ran the ball. I started running, and then last second, I'm like, just throw it. So that's just a dumb pass by my, on my part. But at least I got a lead here. I can get away with that sort of stuff. And man, you gotta watch some of them screens aren't that great, So when you're going through the book hitting those, you gotta kind of know what's what. Some of those come back a bit on you. And man, almost had a pick out there. It was that Clowney style on 4th. Really, it's the 4th quarter here, so he's got to go for that, I guess, in his eyes. But that's going to pretty much going to go out. We pick up the block there, and haven't thrown to the tight end very much lately, which is just weird. It used to be strong, but Newsom gets the touchdown. Used to be one of my favorite guys, and there's Antonio stepping up with the pick 6. And, oh, man, all of a sudden we've got a blowout on our hands just like that. So at least this dude kept it close for the most part, until the 4th here. I was really when it started getting real loose. He was only, he could have, if he would have scored on the 4th down drive, in the beginning of the corner, and he goes back, and we get Anthony Barr over the top right there. Jeez, man. So I was just telling somebody in the last stuff with the comments, I really don't know between Barr and Kendricks who to keep. They're situational for both. I think for me, I would get better use out of Barr just because I use her. I do a shift right here on 1st down and try to get my guys set up afterwards. I'm trying to bring them back out, but that's not going to work if he's running the ball. I was just trying out some blitz stuff, messing around. Like I said, I've been trying to find my own stuff when I can, and I'm just a little bit late there. Doing a little check down and stuff like that. And, a lot of people that I play, they can move the ball down the field, but, it's like these 12, 13, 14, always 15 play drives, you know what I mean, where they're just a few yards here, a few yards there. Every so often they might get the 10 or 12er, but he gets lit up by my man Shazier making the play. Ooh, dang. So, leaving some people home in there just in case he's doing that. And Reggie on the outside, nothing doing right there. But, he's not going to get him every time. But, oh, man, Antonio, there we go with the big play. It's not the first play right there. We're going to hit that one on. But we do break a big one with him nonetheless, at least in the first quarter. So that card definitely paying dividends. All the boosts. For 300K, that's fine. That's fine with me. I'll keep that card. Just like the Clowney, I think they're both very well worth it. If you haven't done it, guys, they're really. I mean, it might be slowing up now, but I was doing it in the first week or whatever, and it didn't cost me anything. And there you see DRC over the top. He was behind him, and he still went over the top and grabbed that. I'm just like, he is insane. But going back, like I say, I basically didn't pay anything for those. And look at that, my running back bumped me and I threw the ball on the ground. So I go back because I figured he's going to run the same sort of scheme and we hit him back in the middle. But, buying and selling the cards for those, for almost all of those weren't that bad. And I trip over the guy's foot. Otherwise, we should have broke that one. how it goes sometimes, and we get the outside out there, and then manage to come back in. Don't always get that footwork back in, so we get another like 5 yards on that, hitting out the flats. The fullback holds on to that. I don't know if Reggie would have held on to a pass like that, but we're gonna get out here running the outside, and we're gonna get him with the touch. A couple of those plays I'm running, a lot. That stretch one out of the again, the single back tight doubles. I'm motioning strong side and snapping right at the left tackle. So normally sometimes they'll have multiple guys in there, and it just seems that it breaks a lot. And I'm able to get outside a lot more often than actually motioning the guy to the outside. So it's been working out well for me the last few games. So that one, along with the power O out of the strong close, just a couple basic ones in that sense, man, have been working really well. And we've got the covers locked on that one. He managed to complete it, but not getting any yards. Every so often you'll step in front of that, and Antonio out there. That was close, man. He tried to go over my back, but we still break that one up. And the DRC on the other side jumping on those backs and just swatting it out against, I don't know if that was Herman Moore, perhaps. I think this guy had more of the cheaper versions, even if it was. And, oh, man. You see, I got the animation, but he managed to get right in front there. I was just a little behind. Otherwise, I would have snagged that one. And, Kraus out there, I got mixed feelings about, you know what I mean? You see him out there, I think that he's in spots where he could make plays. He just doesn't really have that jump spec. It seems like he's got some good stats around, and he's not a big hitter. So I like the card, but I'm not necessarily super impressed with it, But he does fit the scheme and stuff. He gives me the pick specialist. And speaking of pick specialists, we're gonna go out there and make the play with the Urlacher. Don't really need it. And again, I've said this before. I don't know if the hot hand does anything for me the way I play. And dude, putting the ball on the ground. Reggie puts it on the ground. Of course, he was down, but I still subbed him out after that because I was like, screw you. I put in Henry, and we're gonna go out. And again, here's, like I say, that's how I run this. We make the guy miss. And if I had Reggie in, we would have had a touchdown. So, and I could have tried to put a move on, but I was worried. I didn't realize I had timeout, so I was making a beeline for the sideline there to kind of get out, even though I didn't make it. So we come out, and I really probably could have done the high point to Antonio in the back. Probably should have, but I end up just checking that one down and taking the 3. But it's still a 3-score lead at halftime coming out, so I can live with that. And defense playing pretty good than this guy. I'm going to let Henry go and eat a little bit. So I figured, I run with Reggie a lot. We already know Reggie's doing pretty well. He's put the ball on the ground, but being stripped probably about 3 times since I had him, but he didn't lose any of them. One bounced back up, and so kind of what that is. And oh, dude, we just got nasty with the slow Henry, and we're able to take a big one with him. We got to swerve on. We made that work after you get through the line, cut that one out, back around. And jeez, man, that was a mean run. That was a mean run for Henry there. I gotta say, it's kind of fairly agile for him. And these guys, we got a lot of that lockdown in the middle right here. The defensive schemes have just been working out a little bit better, but these again have not. I wouldn't consider these guys top-notch opponents there too. So. We'll see how that goes. It's not. Sometimes you're playing there, and the guys who got really good schemes, man. Even when you're on point with the D, it's gonna be a battle. That's what's this game, I think, is a little bit more balanced in that sense that it's easier for certain people to make use of the shorter scheme. So if you can start figuring out how to stop that. And not make stupid passes like that. And that bad pass, won a game in both games there. Kind of just made bad reads. On that one, the receiver was actually supposed to turn, and you kind of have to throw it on the turn. If you throw it before the turn, he won't make. It's like it screws up the animation, and you're gonna throw a pick. So that's kind of what it is. When you run them and you know the weaknesses. Let's watch Youngblood here though on this. Let's replay of what he just did. Olay right there, and then he comes in for the sack. That that was worthy of the replay. I thought, dude, that was pretty nasty. It happened so quick. I was even thinking what happened on the play, so I didn't catch it, and I didn't even know he did that until I was cutting this game. I was like, that's impressive, bro. And so he come out, and he starts kind of running, which at least at this time I appreciate. The last guy was taking timeouts. I don't know if I mentioned that one, but we're going to get the user pick with Clowney. He's got Dak Prescott. Get out of my face, Dak. And we're gonna take the pick 6, man. Cannot be denied. So another pick 6 for Clowney. Dang, dude. That was not necessarily something I thought I would do a lot with him because I normally want the guy pass rushing, but I don't. If you're in the spot that I feel is going to help me make the play, when I, with what I'm setting up, that's kind of what I want to do. And I just missed. Actually, that time I didn't have the Y button down. I was in position, but I didn't hold down the Y button. I remember that one. That was just like a duh moment. And then I followed it up with another one that I probably normally, should at least batted down or been in the area. But at this point, I'm getting comfortable. Fourth quarter, 31-0. So I was like, all right, try not to sweat it. It's no biggie. The dude's at least running the ball. Doing what he can here to keep the clock going. So I was always thankful for that at this point of these games. But you come down 4th and 5, and you're gonna try and make that one. There we go. Gets lit up, but he holds on to the ball. And there you go, making some good plays. I'm kind of running more of an let's see, this double A gap there, just trying some different things. And he gets the touchdown, getting greedy, going for 2 though, man. So Urlacher going to pick that, and that's the thing with Urlacher also. I don't care about the hot hands because I want that card by itself as much as possible. He's got the stats. You know what I mean? For that, the speed's really nice, but the stats that's definitely a card you want roaming. He plays very well when I leave him in zones and stuff like that. Also, and stops in the run and stuff. We're gonna get Reggie out there. He hadn't made a big play in a bit, so we're gonna get him on that. He tried to get the blitz, but you can't have a linebacker chasing him from the middle of the field when we're letting him swing out there like that. So that was cool. Thanks for checking this out, guys. Doubleheader, so it was a long one. So if you made it this far, I do appreciate the support. Appreciate you guys checking us out. And I'll see you next time. Peace.
Is it the love inside that causes the pain? Or is it the unfamiliar details spread across the face? Is it the word that spoke that took your place? Or these actions that sprint fast just like a race? See, I don't have all the answers or understand the questions. I'm just a man trying to figure out my own self-lessons. And God knows it's tough to give up that love, so he puts me face first right in front of a truck with the license plate that read death, murder, and kill. Slap with a mug shot of the $2 grill. So I tip my hat to the ones that are living without pride, cause they're the ones that are gonna ride until they die. And I'm the guy playing the background, cool, calm, and collected, nitpicking my surroundings like comic book kids. I'm still sending all my love to my sis and the things she did. Well, I should be sending some back home to the way that I live.